again, ladies and gentlemen, Chaos Wolf here, and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Now, it's that time again. It is ship review time, although at the moment it is more kind of ship preview time, with this being on the beta server. And as you can see, we are taking a look at one of the two new ships being introduced into 1.3. We are having a look at the Diamondback. Now, this is a very small, very interesting little ship that I've had a little bit of playtime with at the moment. Interesting as well is the fact that the landing gear aren't actually configured right. This ship is actually supposed to be leaning further back on the landing pad. It just isn't doing so. But other than that minor little graphical issue at the moment, it is a very, very good looking ship. It has absolutely huge engines at the back. Some nice big fins that you can see that actually fold in. And it looks like at some point in the future this ship is going to have a lot of articulation, maybe. I mean, I could be wrong, but it does look like there is the possibility for articulated joints in this ship. And again, we get to see something else as a new feature in 1.3. We actually get to see my commander sitting in the seat. Now, don't I look good? So, anyway, let's finish having a look outside. Let's have a look, first of all, around the cockpit. Now, this cockpit seems a little less fully put together because we've got exposed wires. We've got big venting. It kind of looks like it's just been thrown together almost. It's going for function over form, it would appear. But it makes it a nice little rugged looking cockpit in my eyes. It's a very small cockpit as well, because the astute of you may notice that this is actually this ship actually sits on a small docking pad. We also have a little bit of view out the bottom of the down towards the floor of the cockpit, but not all that much. But you don't really need it in this ship. Alrighty, so first of all, let's go and have a look at the stats as well now. So we'll go into the shipyard. And let's just go and find it. Oh, wait, no, come back. There we are. Okay, so top cruising speed, as standard, is 283 meters per second. So that is quite quick. And top boosting speed is around about 384 meters per second, which is, again, a fairly good top speed. It's not as fast as the Viper. Let's just go and check the Viper. Yeah, 388 is standard there. And it claims here as well, you will notice that the maneuverability claims to be really bad. But I have been playing around with this ship fully upgraded, and that is extremely, extremely deceptive. I was throwing this ship around asteroids left, right and centre, and I was having no trouble with it at all. And we also get some different stats now. We also get the FSD range laden and unladen. So the average jump range for this ship, when you buy it standard, is 11 1/3 light years. So that's not bad for a standard jump range. We'll go down, have a look at the shields. Shields are at 93. What is that in comparison to the Viper, which is roughly the same? Wow, that's nowhere near as good as the Viper here. But again, as I've been saying, I've been playing around with this and I don't seem to have too much of an issue with it. Armour is 216. Again, to the Viper, it has better hull armour than the Viper. So it's got worse shield, better hull armour. And it is 170 tons, which is twice that, well, more than twice that, of the, it's only 3 times that of the Viper. Now, as you can see, we have got 4 utility mounts, 2 small hardpoints and 2 medium hardpoints. So this ship is not the best armed. It is, well, it's not the most heavily armed, but it's about the same. Well, it is exactly the same armament level as both the Viper and the Cobra. Also, we have 1 size 2 internal and 3 size 3. So it's not the biggest either. It's got less internal volume than the Cobra. So it's a bit of a weird mix between a Cobra and a Viper. But I'll be honest now, I really like this ship. So let's jump out of here and go into the outfitting department. Now we can't see me. But let's go and have a look. So first of all, we've got the two small hard points. Can't see them. That's because they are here. They are really, really close together on this ship. So let's buy ourselves... let's go for price ascending. Let's go for just some basic pulse lasers. Some gimbaled pulses. So, there we go. That's the first one. And let us buy the second gimbaled pulse laser. Now, these two lasers are exactly either side of the cockpit. So these are actually very, very close together. So these are going to be absolutely amazing for having fixed weapons. Now, I'm not going to bother with fixed weapons myself because as always, I really don't like them. So what I'm going to do though is go to class descending. Where are we? There we are. And I am going to go and find myself a gimbaled multi-cannon. Where are you? There you are. So again, these are all mounted on the sides of the ship. They give you a very good arc of up and down. The only problem is if enemy ships manage to get in the to the sides of you, but you can just roll and actually be able to get them quite easily back into the line of fire. So the placement of these hard points I do find to be absolutely amazing. We also have 4 utility mounts, one above the cockpit, one further back, and one each on the wings. Internally, let's go and have a look. We do have the lightweight alloys going all the way up. It doesn't really tell me much how much this is actually going to cost because these are all discounted at the moment. But as you can see, it is a class 4 power plant. So that will give us a maximum available power output of 15.6. So pretty much similar to the Cobra and the Vulture, if I am not mistaken. So let's go back. We also have thrusters. Again, I don't think these are actually the proper prices. So I'm not really going to quote this too much here. Frameshift drive, if we go up to A4, that gives us a standard of 23 light year jump range. You can get this up close to 29 light years, so you can use this ship as an explorer. Only problem is you are kind of restricted in your internal compartments, as you will see. Life support we don't worry about. Power distributor. A3 maximum. Again, we can't really tell the prices from here because Frontier have decided that this time they're not going to show the correct prices for everything. So it's fair enough, it's a test server, but it would have been nice to know how much we could roughly expect to pay for this ship. Sensors, not worried. Shield generator. You have an E3 shield generator, which is why the shields are so bad, but with the power draw that I've found, it is possible to run this ship pretty much fully maxed out with some shield boosters, so you're not going to have the same kind of power problems that you are going to have in a Vulture. So there's not really much point in me having a look at the rest of these properly because, as I said, they're not showing the proper prices. So that's pretty much what this ship can have in there. Let's have a look at the livery. We have one of these that's set above the cockpit. You can see it there. So let's put that one there. Another one on the wings. Let's see if it's actually working properly. No, it isn't at the moment. It's actually a little bit off center. So let's ignore those for now. And let's go and have a look at how this ship actually handles outside in the dock. Oh, outside of the dock even. Alrighty, so let's have a look and see how fast this thing actually accelerates. As you can see, it is not sluggish at all. So 280. And then decelerating again. So again, this is a very... this ship accelerates and decelerates very quickly. Now let's do a boost acceleration. So we get up to top speed extremely quickly. Now let's boost again as soon as I am able. So 360 boost speed there, and now let's see how well this thing actually can throw it around. Let's put it into the most maneuverable. You can see how well I can just turn this around and throw this bucket around. But then obviously when you're going full speed, you can't really do much in the way of maneuverability. Now if it looks like as I am holding it, I am actually kind of drifting almost slightly with a boost turn. And there we go, we can turn really quickly. Now what we're going to do now is we're going to go and have a look at this ship in combat. I do happen to have a very handy resource extraction site close. So let's go and have a look there. And just a little side note here. Whilst we are actually in Super Cruise, this ship is insanely maneuverable as well. I don't know if this is how it's actually going to be once it's fully released, but I can throw this ship around in Super Cruise really easily. Okay, we have our first wanted target. Let's go and see how this bucket holds up. So power into weapons.
Target shields offline.
Let's get a little bit of distance around him. There we go. Much better. Turned out I was only just orbiting him. Right, we want somebody else. Adder, how about you? Yep, you're wanted. You'll do. And there we go. Adder down. Anything else we can fire at? But looking around in this cockpit... I'm under the there we go, that's the guy. But I'm getting the feeling that actually using this ship in conjunction with head tracking is going to be very, very nice. Where are you? There you are. Come back here, you're not getting away from me. Now hopefully you can actually see what I mean when I say that the placement of the hardpoints are absolutely amazing on this ship. I'm having no trouble keeping my weapons actually trained on the targets. Oh, and this guy's wanted as well. Let's see how this actually goes. And bearing in mind that these are just standard pulse lasers. The moment I actually started deciding to leave, a wanted Python turned up. let's see if we can just humiliate him like we did everybody else. You know, he is competent rank, so this should be a bit more challenging.
Target shields offline.
Yeah, now with the standard power distributor, I think the multicams will start overheating. Actually, no, they don't. They kind of run out of ammunition before they start overheating. Now, even though he went completely out of my field of view there, I still managed to keep my weapons completely trained on him. And even though we are on the stock engines and the stock thrusters and everything else is pretty much stock, while everything else is stock, we are still humiliating this this Python. Now, I must stress that this is beta footage. There we go, we have him. As I said, I must stress that this is beta footage, so I cannot guarantee that this is how the ship is actually going to perform once it hits the live servers. But yes, let's actually get out again, try and get out again this time, and see how this little beauty docks. But anyway, let us see how well this actually docks. So, pad 29, there we are. Now I have absolutely no worries at all about just throwing this machine around. Maybe we should put a bit of power into the systems just on the off chance. And let's try not to bounce it off the floor. And just as a quick pointer, turns out I was actually right. This ship does have some articulation to it. You can see the landing gear here actually is attached to the two side drive pods, and they actually bend down much like, well, it reminds me of a Harrier jump jet almost. So, wow, that is absolutely amazing. That's the first time I've ever seen anything like that on a ship in ED. And I think this is absolutely an amazing and gorgeous looking little ship. I mean, yes, it's not going to be as sleek as the as the Imperial ships, but it has a charm of its own, and I much prefer the clunky, not the clunky, but the more the tougher looking ships such as this. Now, I think this is usually the point where I go and tell you what I think about this ship, but I think it's kind of pointless now, because I think you guys have already worked out that I really love this ship. And I do think that I'm definitely going to be getting myself one of these when 1.3 goes live on the live servers. I am just dying to get my hands on one properly. And I'm thinking maybe Docky wants to get her hands on one as well. Hopefully, we're going to have the ship skins for this as soon as it's released, and we can have a yellow one. It's already got bits of yellow, but that's not quite enough, is it? But no, I think this is an absolutely amazing little ship. And little being the operative word here. But there's one last thing I really want to check, and it's where the lights are actually located. So it would appear that the headlights are actually pretty much mounted in the front of the ship. They're nice little slits. Kind of reminds me of the visor a little bit from Dead Space. But yes, no, I'm rambling a bit now, but pretty much all you need to know is what I think about this ship, and I think it is absolutely amazing. It is a great little agile combat ship, at least at the moment. Whether it's going to stay that way, as I said, I do not know, because this is beta server, and things are always possibly subject to change. But as it stands right now, I love this ship. I think it can be... I do feel it's going to basically bridge the gap in between the Viper and Cobra, and the Vulture and or the Asp. So I think this is going to be not as expensive, possibly maybe... I definitely don't think it's going to be anywhere worth any more than 5 million. I'm personally betting on around between 2 and 3. But again, that remains to be seen. So we'll have to go and see how this ship actually works, because well, not works, how it actually is implemented price-wise. Because it feels like a very nice multi-purpose ship. It does combat extremely well. It can do trading fairly decently, I imagine, with the internal compartments that it has. It can do exploration fairly decently as well. I mean, nowhere near as well as an AS, because you can almost get that up to 40 light years by itself. But this one, you can get a nice healthy 28, 29 light year jump range out of this, depending on how you spec it. So I can imagine that these will be used as for pretty much everything. But anyway, that's enough for this video. I have been rambling long enough about how much I like this ship. If you guys have liked this video half as much as I've liked this ship, please do hit that like button. It really does help this channel out. And if you haven't already, hit that big subscribe button. And if you haven't already, please do hit that big subscribe button to join the Wolfpack, and you'll get notifications of whenever I release new videos. And as always, Commanders, until next time, keep flying and stay shiny.